to do to him. So Moses finna go and talk to the Lord. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Can you imagine if that was going on today? People working left and right on the Sabbath day, doing what they want to do on the Sabbath.
That's right.
And a lot of times you don't understand that when they breaking this law, when they done heard this, when they done heard this for somebody, something happened to them when they presumptuously just go about and do what they want to do. Now, we ain't talking about somebody who trying to work and find another job, work and find this. But a presumptuous person, like, oh, he got to be a $20,000, $30,000 job for I change. I ain't going down to a lower level job. I got to make a certain amount. No. Sometimes you got to start from the bottom and work your way up. If you believe God, He'll put you where you need to be. Sometimes He might give you more than what you got. I took a pay cut when I first started not being here on the Sabbath day. Bobby work on the Saturday. That's Monday day.
That's right.
Man, we went to work. I was like, man, I got to stop this. It took me about 3 months. I was working through it, trying to tell all my clients, look, I ain't going to be cutting on Saturday. What, Jeff? Oh, man, I got to go somewhere else, man. I said, well, bro, you do what you want to do then. I got to obey the Lord. I see this thing. I understand it. But God rewarded me more than I could ever imagine once I did it. Opened doors for me that I never thought would be open. Once I did it. I wasn't just a hearer, I did it. I stopped. And people say, man, I don't see how you stay in business. You don't even work on the Saturday. I said, this, the book, the Bible, I believe this. Amen. This is what He's telling us here. We finished with that?
Almost.
Okay.
And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones. And he died as the Lord commanded Moses.
All because he picked up sticks on the Sabbath day? Yeah. Working for wages. Now, it's lawful to do good on the Sabbath. Don't get me wrong. Lawful to do good, help people when they need help. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people just want to do whatever they want to do presumptuously.
Amen. Amen.
That's a sin. I know about this, but I'm still doing it. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. Let's go into a little more detail in the New Testament. It says the same thing. Oh, Jeff, you read the Old Testament. He ain't New Testament. Yeah, it is. You got to bring it out. Somebody got to bring it out of the way so you can understand. Hebrews chapter 10. And verse 26. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. Presumptuously. I'm getting better with pronouncing that word. It's taking things for granted, being overly confident, boldly arrogant. That's the definition. I'm going to do it anyway. God just got to understand. Who are you talking to? Verse 26. Go ahead, brother.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
I'm going to read it like that. But if we sin presumptuously, after we receive the knowledge of the truth, there's no more sacrifice for you. None. You're going about your own way. Go ahead.
But a certain fearful looking for judgment and fiery indignation,
yes, sir,
which shall divide the adversary.
And we know what that fiery indignation is. That's the lake that burns with fire. These are the people who do it presumptuously. Go ahead.
He that despised Moses' law did without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Died without mercy, under 2 or 3 witnesses.
See, one thing about in Moses' law, if 2 or 3 people saw you did it, and they believed them 2 or 3 people, you would die. People say, man, it was hard back then. No, it's even harder now, because God is doing the killing now. He ain't got to have no witnesses. He knows what's in your mind. He knows what's in my mind. Oh, that boy ain't getting it. It's going to take him out. Go ahead. This is what it says.
Of Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be through thought worthy,
Yes, sir.
who has trodden underfoot the Son of God, and has counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unruly thing, and has done despise unto the Spirit of grace.
It counted an unholy thing and had done despite unto the Spirit of grace. That's what they do. A presumptuous person say, oh, I got grace. Brother, you trying to work your way there, we got grace now. We ain't got to do all that. Man, you out your mind if you think they're going to fly with God. That's how you out your mind. It ain't the Holy Spirit right here. Let's go to Romans chapter 6. It ain't in this little lesson, but let me show you about this grace. Romans 6. Romans 6 and Romans 3. Show you a little bit about grace. Yeah, Romans 6 and verse 1. Holy Spirit, we're going right back. Show you a little bit about grace. People think grace is just a free permission to sin. It's not no free permission to sin. Romans chapter 6 and verse 1. Go ahead, bro.
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
You're like, what shall we do then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? You hear people all the time, we got grace. What God said? Go ahead.
God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
How you going to live in this sin? Because you telling people I got grace. Grace do not save you. It's giving you an opportunity to ask for forgiveness.
That's right.
That's what it does.
Come on, brother. Preach.
Let's go back to Hebrews chapter 10. I just want to show you that. You're going to hear this from these Sunday church people. You're going to hear it all the time. They're going to brace you down. Then they're going to sit at the table and say, grace over all that swine and abomination. And these holy holidays they got going on now. Come on, brother, bless the table. I can't even bless that. That's a table full of vomit. That's how God look at it. Can't stand it. Read Isaiah chapter 65. When you cooking all that swine and abomination, how you view it. He said, you like a stench in my nose. He smelled it even up to the heavens. These people cooking all this abomination.
Wow.
Hebrews chapter 10. We're going to start back in verse 29. Go ahead.
Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who has trodden underfoot the Son of God, and has counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and has done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
When Jesus is giving us this law, he died on the cross for us. He did all that in pain. And you're going to turn around and say, oh, we got grace. You did despitefully to him in his word. Despitefully. Go ahead.
For we know him that has said, vengeance belongeth unto me.
Yes, sir.
I will recompense, says the Lord. And again the Lord shall judge his people.
Vengeance belongs to God now. He taking the people out. Back then, with Moses and two or three witnesses, that would take you out. No, he doing the killing now. We're going to show you that. Go ahead.
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the living God.
He said it is a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Lord. Very fearful when you just go out and serve other gods. And he knows you know. I don't know how much you know. God knows how much you know. He knows you know. Go ahead.
But call to remembrance the former days, in which, after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions.
He said, after you have been illuminated, meaning your eyes have been opened, you endure a great fight of affliction. They're going to afflict you now, because back then you were like, I don't know what to fuss about. They weren't even worried about it back then. But now when you're illuminated, you understand the law, and you can't sit there and let this stuff pass by you not saying nothing. Ezekiel chapter 33 said, if you see a brother or sister sin, you don't say nothing, that blood is on your hand and my hand. This is what it is. Let me show you an example of this, some more about this presumptuous sin. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17. Deuteronomy 17, verse 2. They got a saying in my barber shop, they call me the Grinch. Oh, they go Grinch talking. He trying to steal Christmas. He trying to steal all the good fun time. I said, man, they ain't trying to steal nothing. I'm trying to help you get your soul back that Satan stole from you. What most people don't understand, man. This presumptuous sin, you playing with him, says a terrible thing to fall in the hands of the Lord. Very terrible. Deuteronomy 17, we'll start with verse 2. Go ahead.
If there be found among you within any of thy gates which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that has wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God,
Yes, sir.
in transgressing his covenant, and has gone and served other gods, and worshipped them either the sun or moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded.
He said, either any of them, man or woman, going to serve other gods that he have not commanded, they're going to serve one tomorrow. The sun god. That's why they name it Sunday. God named for his day the Sabbath. They name it Sunday. You don't understand in 321, a Roman ruler by the name of Emperor Constantine changed God's holy day from the 7th day of the week to the first day of the week by killing people if he found you worshiping on the Sabbath day.
That's right.
That's why a lot of people was converted back then. Read a little history. This is how you came upon Sunday first. Then you got the lying preacher saying that Jesus Christ died on Good Friday and resurrected up on Easter Sunday. That's a lie. That don't even compute. That is not even good math. He said, I'm going to be in the Sahara there for 3 days and 3 nights. Get me 3 days and 3 nights from Friday evening, early Sunday morning. You can't get it. But that's another lesson. This is what he's talking about right here, about being presumptuous. These people being presumptuous, how they try to lure you to go serve other gods. Go ahead.
Verse 4, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be truth,
Yes, sir.
and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel.
Go ahead.
Then shalt thou bring forth that man of that woman, which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man of that woman, and shall stone them with stone till they die.
This is what God was saying in Hebrews chapter 10. Under Moses' law, under 2 or 3 witnesses, you would die. Well, go ahead. Read verse 6. Go ahead. Read that.
At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death.
So I'm just giving you a little foundation right here. This is how it was done in the hand of man. When God took that punishment out of man's hand, he started doing the killing. I'm going to show you this. Jump down to verse 10. Go ahead.
And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they that are placed, which the Lord shall choose, shall show thee.
Shall choose thee.
Shall show thee, and thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee.
See, the one thing about it, the priest is going to show you what you must do. Show you. A lot of times people looking at preachers and saying that, well, they don't know what they're talking about. If a preacher reading, like we reading, and you can understand that, you best give him a little time. We're not just coming up here and giving you a feel-good message. We read from the Old Testament, New Testament, trying to make you understand. That's why we do lessons by subject and title. We can't teach you every subject in the Bible in 1 hour. We deal with one thing, we deal with one thing with presumptuous today. In the next hour, we're going to deal with something else. But it all gearing us for salvation.
Come on.
Govern us. But listen to what he say here. Go ahead.
Verse 11. According to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall show thee, to the right hand, nor to the left.
When the minister tell you to do something, you better incline your ear to it. Investigate it. Go ahead.
And the man that will do presumptuously,
There go that word again. Go ahead.
and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God, unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt be put away, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
You got to put that stuff away. I can't just let y'all come up here and say, well, we're going to do whatever we're going to do. We're going to govern this. That's why during the feast days, we always take care of the food. New people, you can't take care of the food because you go ahead and bring some swine in here, and next thing you know, the whole feast is polluted. Or something made with swine. We be watching this stuff carefully because we know God watching us carefully. We don't want to do this stuff presumptuously. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously.
Because they listen to who? The priest. When the man of God is opening this book, you listen to him and you read in it for yourself too. Y'all not going off what I'm saying. You're going off what you're reading with your eyes. That's why I want everybody to bring a book. You can't say that preacher told me this. No, this preacher read you this. Read it to you. Go ahead.
When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
This is what people of God want you to do. When you come into a land, we came into this land in 70 AD when Titus came through Jerusalem and he sacked Jerusalem and all the Hebrews were cast into slavery. This is what happened in a little nutshell. We came into this land, which is America's. This is how we got here. And one thing God said, even though you come into your enemy land, he said, I will be a little sanctuary to you in your enemy land if you open this book and read it. Right. It don't matter what land it is, open the book and read it. And most people say, no, they're talking about Jerusalem, Jeff. They're talking about wherever you at. You keep this law. But we're going to deal with something right here. I'm going to show you that God is not, man is not killing no more. God is killing. Let's go to Acts chapter 5 and verse 1. You can't do stuff presumptuously. Acts chapter 5 and verse 1. Just trying to show you examples so you won't think I'm just making this up. When the man of God asks you something, did you lie? You better be telling the truth. I ain't talking about me now, I'm talking about God, really. He's the one he's our high priest now, sitting at the right hand of the Father. Like then with Moses and the Levite, but now Jesus is our high priest. Come to him with a humble heart, like, help me, Lord, help me. I'm going through this thing. Don't be bold and arrogant like, oh, I ain't worried about it. Nah, you got a presumptuous spirit. Let's look at the husband and wife right here. Acts chapter 5, verse 1. Go ahead.
But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession.
I'm going to bring you up to speed here. A lot of Israel was selling all their land, and they agreed to God that they was going to get their possession, the price of the land to the priest so they can separate amongst all the Israelites so everybody can have equal money.
That's right.
And everybody agreed upon that, including Ananias and Sapphira. But when that money hit your hand, it make you do some strange things. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And kept back part of the price, his wife also being private to it, and brought a certain part, laid it at the apostles' feet. So
they kept back part of the price. They supposed to give you the whole price of the land.
That's right.
All of it. This is how Satan, this is what happens to you when you start serving other gods. you start serving money, you start serving stuff. He put these little things in your mind. They don't need all this right here. Everybody give me money, they gonna miss my little money. No, you agreed upon it. You made a vow to God. And you got to pay it. I got to pay it. If I make a vow, that's why I tell y'all then, don't make no promises to God. Because He gonna make you pay it. Go ahead, listen what he say here.
But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost, and to keep back part of the price of the land?
What God is Ananias and fire servant? Satan. He said, but Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled our heart, meaning their mind, to lie to the Holy Ghost, to keep back part of it? Why are you going to let him influence you? Listen what happened. Go ahead.
While it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart?
Yes, sir.
Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God.
See, think about it. You ain't lied unto men. God seen it. Go ahead.
And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down, gave up the ghost. Great fear came on all them that heard these things.
He was up there talking to Peter. God automatically killed him on the spot. He failed. Killed him right there.
Wow.
On the spot for being presumptuous in his actions. Go ahead.
And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out, buried him.
Buried him on the spot. Now here comes the wife now. She got an opportunity to do right, but look what she did. Go ahead.
And it was about the space of 3 hours after,
Yes, sir.
when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, Tell me whether you sold the land for so much. And she said, Yeah, for so much.
See, she could have she could have escaped the thing. She said, No, we sold the land for this right amount. But she went right along. That's why I tell you, husband and wives now, if your husband doing wrong, don't be going along with him. If your wife doing wrong, don't be going along with her. Everybody's a separate individual when it comes to standing before God. And look what happened to her. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out.
Can you imagine hearing that somebody tell you about to die in a few seconds? Go ahead.
Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. And the young men came in and found her dead, and carried her forth, buried her by her husband.
Wow.
And great fear came upon all the church, and upon as many as heard these things.
I bet it did. You imagine being in here and somebody fall dead? You try to figure out what in the world did they do? I'm trying to figure out what they did so I won't do it. Fell fear because they were dealing presumptuously. Thinking that they know God. Well, we're going to hold back part of the money. We don't give it all. We give it some. That should be enough. That wasn't what you agreed upon with God. Don't be following people. This talking about loved ones too. When you're dealing with God, learn how He wants you to approach Him. And they were standing right there talking to Peter, and that Holy Spirit right there looking at him. See if you're going to tell the truth. Bam! Killed him on the spot. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 3. We cannot rely on our own understanding. We can't. If we rely on our own understanding, we're going to go wrong 90% of the time. That's why so many of us keep running into a brick wall. Keep doing the same thing year after year. Because we don't try God. I use myself also. Certain things I struggle with too. We cannot lean to our own understanding. Because Satan will trick us with his devices. Can you imagine trying to deal with him? He deceived a third of God's angels from him. What me and your little mind gonna do with that? He up there with God. talking to them. Y'all come on with me, we about to take God over. And they got on the side with it. And God said, Michael, throw them all out. Took one angel, threw them all out. And y'all gonna try to come up, deal with people in the world with your little simple mind and my little simple mind? No, it ain't gonna work like that. That's why Israel is struggling as a nation right now. That's why we've been killed in the street right now. That's why we be in the last first fire right now. This is what's going on to us because of the curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28. They're still falling. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Go ahead, brother.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
That means trust in the Lord with all your mind. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Don't lean to your own understanding. I tell you all the time, everything that feels good to you is always good for you now. Don't lean to it. Find out, is it correct in the law? Then we can lean to it. If it ain't correct in the law, get rid of it. Go ahead.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
In all that way, he's going to direct your path. He's going to tell you what to eat. He's going to tell you how to worship him. He's going to tell you what day to come to worship him. He's going to tell you about his holy day. He's going to tell you about Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and the list goes on and on. Those are serving other gods. This is what's going on. If your flesh is controlling you, you will go into this thing. You will go into this thing. Man, lock the door. This is what's going down. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Hold up, I'm at the fire one of y'all. Go ahead. Hit the point. Go ahead.
Be not wise in thine own eyes.
Yes, sir.
Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Don't be wise in your own eyes. Oh, that seems right. You hear it all the time. That seems right. Yeah, that seems right. You talk your way into it. Yeah, that seems right. She did this for me. I can do that for her just this one time. Whatever that is she says she want to do for you, I don't know what it is. You better line up with the word. Or he. Go ahead.
It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the first fruits of all thine increase.
This is who we believe in. We honor him with everything. Even talking about your money. Honor him. People always want something, but they don't want to give nothing. That's us all in a nutshell. We don't want to help nobody. Only way we help somebody if we see we're going to get something out of it. That's bad. I'm talking about as a nation now. Nation of people. We rely on this government to help us with everything. Section 8 housing, welfare, affirmative action. All this stuff we rely on. Ain't nobody going to this book and find out what's going on with God. He's your help. But we lead to the governments and these laws. We got to set up some laws for us and this and that. Man, don't worry about it. He'll grant you peace with your enemies if you follow his law. Go ahead.
Verse 10. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine.
You won't be lacking no money. You won't be lacking. I ain't talking about folks want, they wants. That's the difference between that wants. I'm talking about lacking. You won't be going from paycheck to paycheck if you trust him. Most folks don't trust him till the next week. Oh, I got some money this time. When the Lord gonna do it again? Come on, man. He protect the birds. What you think about me and you? Go ahead.
My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction.
Don't despise that when you're going through something. A lot of people despise just because they're going through a little trouble. Oh man, I'm going through a little trouble, man. I must have did something wrong. True enough, you might have did something wrong, but you need to learn from what you did wrong. Just learn from it then so you won't do it again. At least try. Don't despise the chastisement of the Lord. Because the Lord could have killed you right then, but he said, no, I'm going to let him feel a little pain. I'm going to take his transmission out of his car. Oh, I'm gonna let him have a blowout. Wake him up a little bit. This is stuff that goes down. Don't nothing go down unless the Lord allow it. They ain't doing what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna take a little of that money. Then hopefully they'll turn to me and go to this book first. They'll understand why I'm doing this. That's the only way you're gonna get Israel attention. Hit them in the pocket. Hit them in the pocket. He don't want us to love this word. Let's go 1 John